Hello, travelers. Welcome to Lore Spire. We're here again with another Friday night player submitted live stream. Excuse me, player submitted builds live stream. And the build that we're going to be testing out tonight is one from Tokisada. It's a hagbound build focusing on natural attacks. And Tokisada kind of just, gave me some guidelines for it, and I stuck to those as best as I could while choosing what I felt made the most sense. And I've actually not finished with the build yet, so we're going to go ahead and complete it while we're here on stream, and then we'll test it out. All right. I hope that everybody out there is doing well. It's good to see y'all. Hey, Sam. Glad you're here. So, anyways, looking at what I've done so far, the Hagbound Witch has a low base attack bonus progression. So I put the first two levels into Hagbound Witch. Here we go. The first two levels here into Hagbound Witch. To get hunched muscles, which gives us a bonus to strength. And we started out as an orc, and then I took the razor tusk, you can see here, for our first feat to give us a bite attack. And I did that because Kipoth spawn does get a bite attack, but we wanted high intelligence for this build, and it gives a -2 penalty to intelligence. So I decided to go with Orc and spend the extra feet to get Razor Tusk there for that. Anyways, so after level 2, I put 3 levels into Mutation Warrior so that we could get up here to Mutagen, and that also, has a base attack bonus of 1 per level. So that definitely helps us with our attacks in the beginning. And then from there, I put 1 level into Sorcerer so we could get to the Draconic Bloodline. And the reason I wanted, not Draconic Bloodline, but Dragon Disciple. And the reason that I wanted to get to Dragon Disciple is because if you get here to level 4, you've spent 5 levels, 1 on Sorcerer and 4 in Dragon Disciple. But you've gotten 3 +3 bonus to your base attack bonus from Dragon Disciple by the time you get there. And you've gotten a +4 boost to your strength, which is nice. Plus you've picked up some natural armor, a breath weapon, and a bite attack here. So anyways, yeah, that's why I did that. It also gave us access to mirror image, which is nice for any melee character to have. And after I did that, we went ahead and picked up Hell Knight so that we could get Smite Chaos to be able to cut through enemies' damage reduction. And we're going to put some more levels into this later, but for now we're going to go ahead and finish out the Hagbound Witch. Which right now we're at level 29, so let's go ahead and finish this out. And these are the skills I've chosen to go with. All class skills, all either required to get the prestige classes, or they just had nice bonuses. Except for Use Magic Device. That's the one that might make the least amount of sense, but I went with Use Magic Device so that you can use things like Mirror Image or the Shield spell from Scrolls, so that you can use those spells like that to help you out in melee combat. And you can just use them from Scrolls. Alright, so anyways, continuing on here. Hey, that's cool, Random, yeah. Lurk all you want, no problem with that. Okay, so from here on, we basically just want to grab as much as we can for damage. And I think that Cleave could actually be pretty good. So we're going to try that. Take regenerative sinew for our hex there. And there aren't really a lot of spells. We're not trying to cast offensively with this build, so we're mostly just trying to stick to buffs and heals, things like that. So maybe some True Seeing Communal can be helpful. And maybe... yeah, we're never going to use that even if we get it. So the spells here, I would say, probably aren't too important. I'm just going to go ahead and grab... yeah, Rift of Ruin. We're not really looking to use those kinds of spells anyways. Yeah, I was actually having an issue. I wanted to try this build out almost as a tank build. I thought that would have been pretty cool and could have worked really well. But I recently upgraded my toy box mod, which is what I'm using to just kind of level this right now at this point. And anyways, I couldn't figure out how to take the legend mythic path. So like 3 times I tried to make a tank build and couldn't do it. And then whenever I finally was like, okay, I'll just go DPS with demon and we won't use the legend mythic path. Then I figured out how to use the legend mythic path. So this was not the exact build that I had envisioned for a legend hagbound build, but I think it should still work really well, and maybe even better. The tank build may have just failed completely. I thought it would be an interesting thing to do with it though, so I wanted to try it. And thought there was another buff spell I saw here earlier that I wanted to grab. I guess not. All right, I believe this is going to stop at level 34, so we're almost done with the build. And then we can get to the testing part of it. Yeah, we may as well take improved critical here. Maybe we should have gotten it a little bit sooner, but... oh, okay. I guess we are only getting to level 33. All right, so we're level 33. Now our base strength is 23 right now. our base intelligence is 19. 19 is all that we need to cast our spells, but we wanted to be able to cast all of them, so that's good. And apparently whenever I chose the Legend Mythic Path, I guess I messed up the, well, damn it. That's unfortunate. We may have to build this over again. I guess whenever I chose Legend, it kept everything from the demon. Or at least it kept the spell book. So that's unfortunate. All right, new plan. The new plan is to go back to the demon build that I had of this character, and we'll just we'll go ahead and test that out, because I did save the straight demon build. And I'll have to take some lessons on how to use this new version of Toy Box before we do this again next week, so that we don't have another issue like this. Hey Han, Poop Smash. Glad y'all could join us. Yeah, I got started a little bit later than I had intended. I had to take care of some stuff for my son. You know, usually we would start at 6:45 on Friday nights. But if that's a time that's too late for y'all, you know, let me know, and maybe we can start doing it at 6, like we do all of the, or we do the Thursday night stream. Okay, so I guess that was a false alarm on the first build. So here we are, level 17, and this is what I built out for this character, taking the Demon Mythic Path. And this actually only has 4 levels of Hagbound, but it's still kind of built around that. And then I've taken Mutation Warrior and Dragon Disciple and Hell Knight to try to get those bonuses I was talking about earlier. And if you did want to go with the Legend build, pretty much from here, you would just take Legend. You'd lose everything that we get in this build from the Demon that we're about to look at. And you would still have the 6 in Dragon Disciple, 5 in Mutation Warrior, 4 in Hagbound, 1 in Sorcerer, and 1 in Hell Knight. And then you'd put your next 16 levels into Hagbound. And after that, you would probably finish out with Hell Knight, just to get more uses of Smite Chaos, because that's extremely helpful to have. So that's kind of what I would do with it if you were going the Legend route instead of taking this route, which I feel like is more effective. But anyways, this is what we have for our Demon build with the Hagbound. It's not going to be as interesting because we don't actually get to turn into a hag. That level 20 ability of the Hagbound is pretty cool. But we do have, you know, Close to the Abyss and all of the best demonic aspects for a natural attacks build. Master Shapeshifter in case we do decide to transform into a demon, Unrelenting Assault for extra damage, Archmage Armor, so that we can have a higher AC without having to wear heavy armor. And yeah. So anyways, this is what we're looking at for the demon build, so let's get ready to test this one out. I was actually going to try to solo with the Legend Hagbound build, because I think it might have been able to do that with all of the bonuses to armor and strength and all of the base attack bonus that it gets and the amazingly awesome spells that it gets for melee combat. I feel like it might have been able to do quite a bit of soloing on its own. but that got messed up a little bit, so. Alright, we want, actually want aspect of the Vavakia, because that one increases our strength and does damage to our enemies. We should already have claw attacks. We're going to use this for our strength. We'll need demonic rage, of course. Demonic charge is helpful. Take our smite chaos. And we want aspect of the succubus, sheer, and incubus. Alright, for spells, Profane Nimbus. We'll throw our transformation down here in case we want to transform later and try that out. I actually want to try this to see if it will work with claw attacks. So that'll be good to try out. Stone Skin's really helpful. I don't think we'll need to teleport, but you know, maybe. How long does that last? Nice, Kurone. Maybe after we finish testing this one out, if it's not so late that everybody has to leave already, maybe we'll try out your Crusader Angel build as well. You should join the Discord. There's a link down in the video description, so you can join it. You know, and you can share the build on there, and then I can kind of be prepared for whatever build you might have before the stream starts. Also, there's a lot of people in the community that are in the Discord, and they can offer advice on the build, or you know, just try it out for themselves and see how they like it. Definitely want that. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good to start there. You know what? We didn't look at the rest of our spells, though. We don't really need to worry about those. See, from being a witch, though. Take some divine favors and the invisibility, find traps, false life. All right, let's go ahead and rest everybody up.
No one stands in my way.
Put on our buffs, and then we'll get started.
Yes. Let me help.
Oh, that's nice.
Trust in yourself.
Throw on a blur. Some heroic invocation.
Together, we stand.
That on him.
You call?
A bright
You
future
require my
awaits
unbiased
us.
opinion?
My will is resolute.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to see you down bad. Or Sinatra. I was certainly unaware that that was you. So it's good to know. It's hard to keep up with all these names, though. There's like a lot of names, and then some of them change, and they're different in different places. So yeah, that can be a challenge. You're definitely not the only one that has presented that challenge. All right, I just want to. Not really going to equip everything with him, just a few key buffs. That way we don't have to wait forever. And probably some heal spells. Heal, there it is. All right. I think we can throw on some heal mass too. That should be more than enough to get us through all this. One more time, rest.
The goddess protects us.
Yeah, actually, Corone, I had thought about doing some of your companion builds on this stream because we hadn't had a whole lot of other things in the Discord for me to consider a whole lot of other builds lately. But whenever I logged in and saw Toki Sada's remarks about the build he's been working on, I decided to go ahead and go with this instead.
I'm losing my temper.
All right, so let's see how this does. First, let's disarm this trap. Otherwise, somebody will be sucked down a
Is there more?
pit and we'll be waiting for 5 minutes for it to dissipate. And even though she's not necessarily built for it,
I will lend
we're going to
you
go
my
ahead and
aid.
put Sela up front.
Rely on me.
Let's move already.
We will win this war. Lead on.
Oh, wait, one more thing. Haste is always nice to have.
No reason
There we
to
go.
pause.
Oh, never mind. I guess I had already taken these Vivaki out earlier.
Pay attention.
Nice.
Are we ready to move out?
For a second there, I thought I'd used single. I was like, no, she's dead. But we didn't. We didn't do that. No. Y'all come kill these.
Guide my
Guardia can
blade.
stay back here.
This will leave a bruise.
And we're going to go turn-based mode real quick, just so that we can better see the numbers for a minute. Oh, that's nice. Guess I'd respect these characters and never re-equipped them with weapons. So that this may be a bloodbath.
Surrender or else.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yep, apparently I did it with her too. So that's good. Yeah, Kirone, haven't really messed with the bubble buffs yet. Especially because with these saves at the end that I've been using for our um, live testing streams like this, I change everything around so much that, yeah, just doesn't make sense to go back in there and change it every time. Of course, the one person we wanted to see now has to move. All right, well, that was pretty good. She took out that demon in one turn from full health. Let me make sure we have this on the right difficulty setting. Yeah, it's on core difficulty. Alright, well. I wish Tokisada was here, or maybe Tokisada is here. I don't know. Maybe one of you are Tokisada. But that was definitely promising right there. Make sure everybody has a weapon real quick. You know, that usually makes battles easier.
Move out.
I sense something.
All right, here we go. This is always a nice test.
Battles
Let's see if we can solo Terendelev. Terendelev isn't easy, but isn't particularly difficult either. So, see if we can do that.
You are my favorite aide.
Have everybody hold here. Throwing a Profane Nimbus, and we're about to find out if this works or not. Life Bane. On claws. Well, looks like it does not. So that's good to know.
No one stands in my way.
Everything is prepared. Good. Terendelev.
No, let her kill them first. Hey, Jason. Or Jashan. And somebody from Russia. Good to have you here. Or maybe not, but that's kind of what the letters look like to me.
None shall escape.
All right, let's try Smite. It's maybe not looking too great right now. We can get another mirror image off.
The end.
No, we didn't succeed there.
My wounds pile on.
Damn. We were dealing hella damage a while ago. What happened?
This is not the end.
Alright, so we definitely cannot solo Terendelev with this build, it looks like. I bet if I'd gotten that legend one, we could have. But it definitely does good damage against trash mobs.
Your Majesty, Arabet, it's not important. You have returned, Commander. Go.
Iomade, grant us strength. I will fight to the last breath.
So one of the really cool things about the build was going to be, being a legend, was using, making use of the quickened meta magic. So whenever you were in battle like that, whenever your mirror image wore off, you could just cast another mirror image, or you could cast another displacement or whatever like that. So you could probably solo quite a bit with the build once you reach the point of having all that in place. But as soon as our mirror image wore off there, we went down really quick.
I will help where I can. Together we stand.
Inimos Travisi. Inimos Travisi. Over there.
And not having a real tank is definitely hurting us here. But that's what Ninios are for.
I'm all right. Please help me.
Unless they survive it. Oh. Well, no wonder. Somehow we aggroed these guys over here. That's good. All right, well, Kirone, if you want to lay your
The end.
angel cleric build on us, maybe we'll try that, because this build was a fail, which is definitely unfortunate. Hey, Alien Inc. I feel like I don't know. I feel like a debuffing specialist. If you're talking about just hitting enemies with negative status effects, then a witch that focuses on necromancy, I think could fit that pretty well. You could also focus in abjuration for dispelling buffs and things like that. But if you're looking just to hit enemies with as many negative effects as possible or lower their stats as much as possible, I would think that witch with a necromancy focus would be good.
I sense something.
Then if you had an abjuration focus also, you could actually hit them with the spells and whatnot at the beginning of the battle to remove all their buffs, and then throw out some negative status effects on them.
I finished here. Is there more?
But if you just literally meant like debuffing, removing their buffs, then yeah, definitely like a Thessalonian specialist specializing in abjuration would definitely be at the top of ability for doing that.
Everyone is mortal in this world, especially when I'm around.
All right, well, that build ended up not working out as well, and I'm not sure how to make the legend build work. So I'll have to try to keep those kinks or get those kinks worked out by next time. Um, so unless somebody has a suggestion, I could just go ahead and continue our last Aslanti mode core difficulty playthrough. You know, maybe we could get an hour or two of that in. Or if somebody has something that they want me to build out, you know, I can try to build it here live on the stream. Well, how about we take hey, Poop Smash, the next Last Aslanti is planned for next Thursday. But yeah, I was thinking maybe if everybody wanted to see that, I could switch to it tonight. Also, I'm not sure if Jonathan is actually going to make it for our stream tomorrow. If he does not make it, then we'll actually be playing the Last Aslanti mode playthrough tomorrow. So yeah, Poop Smash either tomorrow or next Thursday, depending on if Jonathan can make it for the stream tomorrow or not. Yeah, no problem, Alien Inc. We're here to help. If you're not sure what ephemeral ghost dudes you're talking about, but if it's if you're talking about enemies that are actually invisible, you just need see invisibility, and if they're what do you call it, ethereal, then you should be able to hurt them with magic. Which if you're still here, which particular encounter are you talking about? What act is it in? So maybe I can actually remember back to it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and build this out one more time then, and we'll see if the legend path works for us this time. I think I might have an idea of what went wrong before, possibly. So then we're going to start with the witch, bound. Does anybody remember ethereal guys in an encampment just south of Dresden? Crusaders' bodies up on pikes at the entrance of the settlement. So then that's Act 3. You know what? I don't have anything else to do. All right. Leave this here. Let's go take a look at this encampment because I'm not recalling what you're talking about. But we'll go look and see for ourselves. Let's go check it out. So I remember the one where you find Woljif? That's kind of coming to mind. Are you talking about Winter Sun? Maybe you're talking about Winter Sun? Okay. Thanks, Alex. I'm pretty sure with that Wrath guy, you can just leave the whip. And then whenever you're going to leave the area, you can, you know, it'll allow you to loot the whip as you're leaving. So then you don't have to worry about him harassing you. So that's what you can kind of do if that's what the issue is. Yeah, winter sun. Yeah. Here. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, in that case, let me load again because I'm pretty sure I have a save that's actually at Winter Sun. So we don't have to go through all this other crap again. Are you talking about the actual village? Are you talking about the woods where the dying animals are? And the shaman is? Or are you talking about the village with the giant tree monsters? There we go. That's pretty close. Oh, never mind. I thought that looked like Winter Sun. All right, well, it might take us 10 minutes to walk there, but we'll get there. Well, if what you're talking about is what Alex is talking about, then I definitely suggest just dropping the whip and leaving the whip and grabbing the whip on your way out. Especially if you're having trouble with it and the fights get more difficult every time you kill the guy, then just drop the whip that the spirits are looking for, they want, or whatever, and whenever you go to leave the area, loot it then. Hey, Yomogami. Good to have you with us. We already tested the viewer submitted build, and yeah, it didn't do so well. It's kind of my fault because the way I wanted to build it as a legend, my new updated version of Toy Box would not, well, I wasn't smart enough to figure out how to make a legend using it. So maybe we'll try testing it again next Friday night, whenever I can make the actual legend build that I was trying to build with it. The demon build that we had instead did not do so well. And now Alien Inc. is having issues with some spirits in a village that seems like maybe they are after a whip that he has. And so I'm just traveling to Winter Sun to see if maybe we can give him a hand with that. Sure, no problem, Alien Inc. Hope that helps. Yeah, maybe it is a little bit cheesy, Alex, but you said that the spirits get stronger every time you kill them. And maybe Alien Inc.'s already killed them 20 or 30 or 40 times. You know, it's kind of cheesy that the enemy just keeps coming after you. So, yeah.
It went splendidly.
Move out.
Don't think I've been to this area before with this save. Or maybe I have because, yeah, we didn't, there probably should have been some enemies there, so maybe I have.
Head on.
No, man, they will break against our
Alright, I'm guessing this is the area you're talking about.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
I lead. You follow.
I refuse to accept their statement.
And I don't actually know where the whip is. But let's have a look-see and see if we can find it.
I finished here. Is there more?
Oh, I'm not actually sure. I don't think that I've found this whip before. I mean, I've heard about the fight from various people, so I'm kind of familiar with the whip and the spirits that chase you, but I don't think I've actually found it before. Was it supposed to be in that village and I just missed it, or do I need to continue onward? Okay, so it is up in the city, or the outpost, whatever it is. Oh, I missed a loot box there. No.
Head on!
Well, I thought maybe it was something they had.
A success worthy of praise.
That's an exit. Okay, a stone table. That definitely helps. Appreciate that. Yeah, see this. I'm guessing that's not it.
Onwards!
Hmm. Okay. So close to the cave with the shaman and the bear. So that would be this other way.
Prepare yourself.
Remember my name. Wendwag.
Dating isn't that boring after all.
Seems I took a cave slug for a foe.
I must rest to fight another day.
I lead. You follow.
I will defend my dream. What I was made for.
Onwards!
All right. Well, we're gonna find this damn whip wherever it is. It's not hidden behind like a perception check or something, is it? All right, well, I thought that might have been it, but I guess not. It's got to be over here in this area then, I think.
Head on!
Maybe in this area?
I lead, you follow.
Ah, like this, a Stonehenge looking area?
Something.
No one stands in my way.
All right, one brazen whip. All right, so it's one spirit. Ah, I don't have Socio with me, so that's unfortunate.
Awaits us.
All this waiting bores me.
Okay, show me your wrath. Can I just attack him now?
I shall not be swayed from my path.
Anything new? Nice try.
Nope.
Didn't work though.
All right, well, I'm guessing he's going to attack then when I leave.
Onwards!
Or does he just show up randomly or something? I guess. Well, yeah, Alex, I had it on like a story difficulty just so we could get everything done really quick. And try to help out Alien Inc. With the issue that they're having. Because we're only level 11. Which is still stronger than what he is, but if he's level 9. Ah. Okay. So if we had what's his name? Socio here, we could use his Crusader's Edge ability, and that should allow us to do higher damage. I think magic weapons should work against this guy, and anything that's good aligned. So I don't know, I may be wrong about the magic, maybe, but if it's good aligned, it should definitely work. All right, so for say Windewog, oh, that's a miss anyways. We'll leave him out of it because you probably don't have a dragon to use. Oh, here.
Let's hear you cry.
All right, so he's immune to destructive shockwave. Or she. Magic missiles do. So there we go. Magic missiles are fairly effective.
Desna, guide my hand.
This guy's pretty hard to hit. Got an AC of 30. He's immune to negative energy and fire. So don't use negative energy or fire. Don't use precision damage, drain, ability score damage, non-magical weapons. Oh, you can read the list there. So that's everything that this guy or spirit is immune to. Okay.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
All right, so you can see here that Radiance definitely damages this guy. Of course, it's... And go back to our magic missiles. Greater magic weapon should work if I'd put that buff on first. That would have been nice. Just find out. Well, no, let's not do that. Damage undead should hurt this thing. There we go. So if you have channelers with channel positive energy damage undead, that did some okay damage. Yeah, that -2 levels every time she hits, that kind of sucks.
Into the fray.
No match for me.
Use a mirror image, which didn't really stop it, surprisingly.
I will resist. I'll rip you apart.
Hmm.
Prepare yourself.
All right, well, let me try a heal spell with Darren then. Having Smite Evil with Divine Weapon Bond definitely seemed to be working. So yeah, I'm gonna suggest using Smite Evil on it. Use magic weapons on your weapons. Let's try magic missiles. Are definitely hitting it and doing good damage.
Nice try. Didn't work though.
Haste is always helpful. I definitely should have had that up already. Also, make sure that your party members are fully buffed, because right now we're doing this without any buffs on. And I'm sure it would be going more smoothly if
They'll beg me to
we had a full set of buffs on. Alright, so arrows do work against it. I was beginning to wonder, but if they hit, they work. And let's try Cure critical wounds. Let's try to cure it. See how this goes. Of course it missed.
Run them through!
Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so buff yourself, make sure that you're using magic weapon, and then you just got to get your attack, you know, up high enough for it to hit or land. Probably take off power attack. Once you've got a high enough level that your attacks are landing, it seems to not really be too much of an issue.
The light take you.
Rules are made to be broken.
So yeah, I hope that helped. Maybe we'll run around and see if we can run into it a few more times. We definitely don't want to run into it again without our buffs up, though. What is that whip used for, anyways? Anybody know what that actually does? Is there like a quest for that, or can it be given to storyteller for something?
Please, yes, allow me.
Also, is there just like a timer for this guy showing up, or what's the deal with that?
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
If we had Ember, she would have Death Ward, and that would be nice. Oh, there we go. Alright, so what, you just kind of run around until this guy shows up again? Oh, okay. Inventory? No problem, Alien Inc. You know, we're here to help. And our regularly scheduled program was cut short, so, you know, why not help? All creatures summoned by the wearer get 1 extra attack per round. Oh, but you're under the slow spell effect. Still, that's pretty nice. Especially if you're having a party with a lot of pets. Maybe on our last Aslanti core difficulty playthrough we're doing right now, maybe we'll pick that up and use it, because we've got, what, 3 pets?
Move out.
Oh, it's certain locations. It's not a... I was thinking it was like a timer type deal. And each time it's more difficult than before. Ah, crap. I guess I forgot there can be regular enemies out there too. So that's less than ideal.
No match for me.
Of course, on this save, I would not have a dimension door with her. That figures. Well, let's see if she survives this. Yeah, she did.
This condition is irrational.
Out of my way.
Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, isn't there a spell that Thela should have
Peculiar.
that makes her weapons good aligned, or makes... Maybe not. Oh, angelic aspect, I think, right? Yeah, so Alien Inc., if you have anybody with angelic aspect, that should allow you to deal more damage to the enemy. That makes your weapons good aligned, which I think should allow you to kill the ghost. Oh, I thought it was for pets. It's for summons? Well, never mind. We're not using it if it's for summons. Summons in this game are just... Yeah, all creatures summoned. Why did I think pets? Alright, thanks for correcting me on that. I don't know, but anyways, as I was saying, summons in this game are pretty underwhelming. Oh, there's our ghost friend. We've been waiting for you. Alright, who are you actually hitting? I think it's Ava.
Your struggles end here.
Okay. Alright, and also Alien Inc., if you look at this, because I put Death Ward on, the damage he's dealing to me now is nothing. So put Death Ward on whatever you're going to have tanking this guy, and he does 0 damage to you. Alright, so Darren has the spell. Socio might have it, I'm not sure. Actually, don't think he does, but he might. Ember can get it. Yeah. Ninio should be able to get it. You might have it on a scroll, but if you use Death Ward, you can see here that he's not draining any levels anymore or dealing any damage or anything. So, yeah. Just use Death Ward, and even if it takes you forever, he shouldn't be able to hurt you. All right, anybody else have anything they want to check out or look at, or... We can go and I can load up another save and we can check something else somebody's been wondering about or having issues with.
Move out.
Pretty sure I already finished this place up. Oh, sorry, Yomogami. Hope I'm not ruining the game for you. I guess I should have said spoiler alert. Yeah, it's a fairly large map. It's an interesting area, actually. And yeah, apparently I did already complete this too. You know, there's a crazy old shaman,
I lead. You
and some crazy monster trees, and apparently there's a crazy ghost that really wants his whip back. Unfortunately, we just discovered how to easily defeat it with zero problems at all. And I don't call that cheesy. I call that using the spells that they gave us.
onwards.
Hey, D2 stars. I actually find her to be pretty overwhelming as a scroll savant illusionist. She's like the one party member that I would never want to change. But I mean, what do you want to do with her? You just want a damage build for her, or do you want a melee build for her? I personally love using Phantasmal Killer and Weird and Phantasmal Putrefaction. Those all work extremely well. Rainbow Pattern.
Are we ready to move out?
While I'm thinking of it, anybody that hasn't done so, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. You know, it helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton. You know, it'd be totally awesome if you could do that. Also, anybody who's interested, you can join our Discord where we're talking about Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous and other games, and sometimes just other things, you know, pretty much every single day we're discussing this kind of stuff. You know, so there's a link to our Discord down in the description if you want to join that. And yeah, you can talk games with us, talk builds with us. That would be cool. And for anybody who's interested, who would like to support the community, there is a link to Patreon also. You know, you can head over there and support us. Supporting us starts off at like $3, and then it goes up from there. And anyways, you can gain various benefits, recognition, shout outs, the rights to vote on future content. You know, you can actually join us on stream. You can have custom collaborative character builds made. There's all kinds of stuff you can get through it, all kinds of perks. So anybody who might be interested in something like that, you know, head on over to Patreon and check it out and see if that's for you. All right, let's take a look at Ninio. Yeah, that's fine, Alien Inc. You can always come back to the video later after you get home and just click the link in the description. And you can join Discord. Real simple and easy. And yeah, we're on there pretty much every day discussing this stuff. I mean, maybe you just want more D2 stars out of Ninio than what I do. I like what she does. I do not like her fox picture. I don't like that so much, but anyways. So the way that I build the Ninio is pretty much like this. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but to me, it's what makes the most sense. There's definitely other things you can do with her. But basically, I just put all of her ability points, or yeah, all of her ability points into intelligence, except for the last one, because the last one goes into dexterity to get dexterity even. I keep up with the same skills that she already has. As she gains intelligence, excuse me. As she gains intelligence and gets more skill points, I'll start adding perception. And I like to take Fox's Cunning early with her to buff her intelligence. She's the only one, at least in my party, that needs intelligence, so Fox's Cunning works well for that. Blur's extremely helpful. Neo could make a good arcane trickster. I don't like to use her for that, but she has a lot of she does have a lot of dexterity. So yeah, I think she would make a good arcane trickster. If that's what you want to do with her, let me know and we can build that instead. But I was just going to give you the standard build that I kind of like to use for her, because that is definitely effective. You know, let's see. One second, I'm pulling it up now because I have a spreadsheet for it. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. All right, Ninio. And you can actually download the spreadsheet on our Discord server, and spreadsheets for a lot of other builds if you do join it. Okay. I got that up here. We're level 5. So here at level 5, I'll take Greater Spell Focus Illusion. And then we want to take Haste. And there's a lot of spell choices that would be okay. I prefer Haste and Displacement. And then right here, Greater Magic Weapon. And I mean, if you already have these buffs covered with somebody else, you could pick a different spell if you want. But I'm going to take Greater Magic Weapon here and Heroism. And then Abundant Casting for her Mythic rank. Level 7, we're going to take, well, we'll continue with that there. And we'll start putting points into Perception to give her a Perception check. And here we want Spell Penetration, or Greater Spell Penetration. Ah, come on. There we go. All right. And here for these level 4 spells, Phantasmal Killer is freaking amazing. Love this spell. And Rainbow Pattern is, you know, it's pretty good too. It's not as good as Phantasmal Killer, but it lets you affect multiple enemies, so it's a good choice. Hey Yomagami, you mean you're making a Lore Master build, or you like to use Lore Master for Ninio? Because really, once you get her to level 10, you can go to any of the prestige classes that you want, as long as they allow her to continue taking her wizard spells, because she doesn't really get anything from the class, or at least nothing that's all that important after level 10. All right, greater invisibility can be useful to have sometimes, and this might be my favorite spell in the entire game, mostly just because it's fun as hell to teleport around. So I'm going to take greater invisibility and dimension door here. Well, let me know how Lore Master works out. It seems like it should work fine. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. You know, I'm not saying that you have to build Ninio this way. I'm giving you a good solid build right now that will definitely work well for core difficulty and below. And I've heard people say that it works on hard too, though I've not tested it there myself. Okay, Mythic rank 2. All right, now here we want to choose, or at least I like to choose, Expanded Arsenal Magic School Evocation. This is going to give the Evocation School all of the bonuses that her Illusion School is getting. Oh, let's see, level 9. Here at level 9, we're actually going to go ahead and take... Sorry, had a brain fart there. Persistent. We're going to take the Persistent Spell Meta Magic. And this will make pretty much all of her illusion spells almost always work on almost all enemies. Once you have that, as long as you're maxing her intelligence and her illusion spell DC. All right, and then here we're going to take Phantasmal Web. And I personally don't care much for Shadow Evocation. You could take one of these other spells if you wanted. Excuse me. Where am I going? There we go. I'm going to come down here and take Lightning Bolt, though, because I like to have her focus on electricity damage. But you could take, if you wanted her to focus on fire damage or ice or acid or whatever, you could take something else that matches what you prefer. All right, and then here we want to take Improved Abundant Casting. Ugh. Sorry, mouth's getting pretty dry. All right, and we're just going to keep up with these skill points here. And then I'm going to take Fire Snake, mostly because there's no electricity damage to be had here. So Fire Snake and Cone of Cold, just because those elements are not as resistible as some of the others. But you could change that again if you wanted. Why is that D2 stars? You don't have the persistent meta magic. I mean, it's not required. Persistent isn't required. Um, but once you do have it and you are using it, her spells will rarely miss. Um, her illusion spells, anyways, or whatever spells you're increasing the DC of. If you're focusing on enchantment spells, then those would rarely miss, or, whichever ones. All right, sorry, losing my spot here. Okay, now we're going to take Meta Magic Heighten. And I would suggest getting all of these mass buff spells with another character. Or you could get them for Ninio if you wanted by learning them from scrolls. But I prefer to save her slots, for crowd control spells and damage spells. And so, like I said, I like to focus on electricity damage with her. So I'm going to take Chain Lightning and Phantasmal Putrefaction, which is a very, very useful crowd control spell for her. And you said you were level 13, so I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of levels. Level 13, and I would imagine you're Mythic rank 4 if you're level 13, so let's go ahead and add those. Oh crap, I added them to the wrong character. Whoops. Alright, Ninio. There we go. Alright, what spells did I take before? Let's see, these are level 6. Cold Eye Strike. Just to have some extra elemental damage. There's not a whole lot of resistance to ice magic. And then you could take pretty much whatever else you want. Heroism Greater is an extremely good choice if somebody else does not already have that. True Seeing is also pretty nice to have. So those would be my suggestions, either Heroism Greater or True Seeing. But you could pick whatever. All right, level 13. So this should be where you're at with the character. And here's where I start getting the build ready for her electricity damage. And take elemental focus electricity. And level 7 spells. There's nothing super essential here. So take what you like. Since you do have bonuses to evocation spells, those can be good choices. I'm going to take Firebrand. You can add a little bit of damage to your party's attacks. And Trucing Communal is actually a really good choice if you don't have somebody else with it. And for Mythic Rank 4, we can go with Spell Focus Illusion. That's going to add another DC for each spell focus that we have. So basically, it's going to add 2 more DC to every evocation and illusion spell that we have. Taking that.
You require my unbiased opinion?
And now, if we come up here and we go to the spell book real quick. If you're in the link to the Discord D2 stars is in the description of this video, this live stream. So you can join the Discord with that link. And then if you look at under the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous channels tab, there will be a build channel. And the build channel should have a Ninio build spreadsheet in it. Excuse me. Okay, so real quick, just to go over how I would suggest slotting the spells and everything. If we go with Rainbow Pattern here, put some Persistent Magic on it, and Heighten, so that we're raising the DC. And that'll give us a heightened level 5 or a persistent level 5 rainbow pattern. You know, so that's pretty nice. But what is much, much nicer, in my opinion, is having a persistent heightened phantasmal killer. You know, pretty much every time you cast this, unless the enemy is immune to it, they're going to die. I mean, at least 9 times out of 10 anyways. Which is extremely nice. Extremely nice. And then you can just slot those. At Mythic Rank 5, you would take the next Abundant casting, I believe. Is what I have in the build. Let me look. Mythic Rank 5. Oh, no. Actually, that doesn't come until Mythic Rank 7. So the spell slots will be a little bit limited until like level 15 or 16 whenever you get Mythic Rank 7. But at that time, you'll have a lot more of these spells to cast. And you can, of course... Where's it at? Do a Phantasmal Killer for Mythic Rank 6. Do a Rainbow Pattern for Mythic Rank 6 using Persistent Magic. And actually, Phantasmal Putrefaction is kind of better than Rainbow Pattern. But Rainbow Pattern will land more easily than Phantasmal Putrefaction since it has the persistent meta magic on it. So you might keep just like one of those Rainbow Patterns slotted for whenever you really, really need something to work. And then I would have maybe like 2 Putrefactions here. And yeah, Phantasmal Killer, you know, That's 5 enemies you're gonna pretty much auto kill. And anyways, so that's just kind of how you would progress. Put persistent and heightened on all of your best illusion spells as you level the character, and it'll stay effective. Nenio spells will almost always work. And once you get the Ascendant Element Electricity mythic ability, you can add that to all of your, or not add that, but you can take all of your lightning spells and start using those to great effect. And the build, I also have Empower Metamagic worked into it. So yeah, if you look at the full build spreadsheet, you can see where to put the Empower Metamagic to increase the damage of your lightning spells and heighten them and make them more effective and everything. It's all in there. The one thing that is not in the build spreadsheet that you're looking at or will be looking at on Discord is the persistent metamagic. I actually added that recently. So that's not on the build. So just at level 9, instead of taking lightning reflexes, take the persistent metamagic. Okay, I hope that helped you out. It's been 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I have some videos to work on, and we're going to be going live again in the morning, continuing our Last Islanti mode core difficulty playthrough. So anybody who's interested in seeing that, we are about halfway through Act 2 now. So, you know, fun, exciting stuff. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to get to Citadel Dresden, and that's going to be pretty tense, you know. Core difficulty, Last Islanti, one false step, and we got to start all over from the beginning. That's going to be tense, the siege on Dresden. But it should also be fun. So join us tomorrow if you get the chance to check that out. And thanks for hanging out tonight. Definitely appreciate it. And I hope to see some of you in Discord after this. Remember, the link's in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I definitely appreciate it. You're welcome, Yomogami. Always glad when I can help you. This has been Chris with Lorespire.